Life gets better by change, not by chance. Episode 1.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our series, Life Gets Better by Change, Not by Chance. This is our very first episode, a casual chat with our guest, Dal from Brisbane, Australia. I've got my co-host, Jackie Shan Sharma with me today as well. And let's get started, Jackie. Welcome, Dal. Um, I'm grateful you're able to join us on our mini chat.
No problem. Thank you so much, Tara, and thank you so much, Jackie, for having me here. It's an honor. Actually, I didn't knew I was the first one, so it's an honor to be the first guest here with you. So amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. No, thanks for coming in. We kept that surprise for you. We didn't want it to scare you off. First one, oh my God. No, I don't
No,
want to do it.
all good.
Okay. I won't waste much of your time. I know that you got kids and you are busy. It's evening. I think it's probably the dinner time for you because it is for us. So I will get into the question straight away. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, we all are into an online world and making money online. But what was that one reason you started looking for that extra income, you know, and how long it was when you got into this business, and what was that time year when you started looking for that extra income?
Um, Obviously, the first thing that I started looking for some extra options in my life was because we were struggling, income wise. No matter how hard we were working, I'm a registered nurse by profession, and my husband is an IT consultant. That is a very good job, right? So even with the job that we have, we still had to do overtime. I still had to do weekends. I still had to do night shift just for the penalties. And no matter how hard we work, it was really not enough at the end of the day, right? We still have to go and think whether we have enough to spend for certain things. And we still had to compromise our need and our want and, things that we really love to do, but we could not afford it because we always stepped back and thought like, okay, if we spend on this money on this one, then it will not be enough for the next groceries or to pay our bills or the mortgage, because the list of the bills just keeps going on and on and on. And we just seems to feel like we were not getting anywhere. So no matter, with the job that we had, like a secure job, like permanent job, and that paid us really well, even with that, it was really hard for us to afford the living that we were really, really wanting to. So after I had my daughter, we realized how expensive it is once you have a growing family, and in order to have that responsibility of your kids, and you want to give them the best like your parents did to you. And we realized how much they sacrificed, and being in the shoe of a parents, we realized, okay, we have to do something in order to provide them best. If it was just both of us, then we could have compromised, but I don't want my kids to compromise like we did. So that is the reason why I actually started looking from some extra, because it wasn't enough. And going to work and adding some extra time was just not the option for me, because I was already missing out so much with my family. So and having some income coming into you so that we can just have a little extra to do that thing. So when we go to the shop, that we don't have to just look for the price tags. When you go to the restaurant for dining, so we don't have to choose the cheapest options, and just to fit in. And I was just tired of budgeting everything and trying to compromise everything, and just even with that, not having enough. So that was the main reason I decided, no, this is not enough and we have to do more, because we need more. Yeah. And since it's been, my daughter's nearly 10 years now, and since she was born in 2011, I did look for an option since then, because I knew that, I needed something, time plus, yes, obviously money, because if I have enough money, then I don't have to sacrifice my time and, trade my time and going out working for someone else. So that was since 10 years that I was looking for other stuff, and I finally found it like a year and a half ago. And that's when my journey started, and I'm blessed that I found this.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I really appreciate you being open, and go ahead, Tara.
No, it's a powerful statement. You said you trade time for money. It time is something you can't get back. As parents, we all know that, right? Especially when you have kids.
Yeah.
I mean, before kids, we are free and, we work. I mean, I was working in the corporate world and before kids. And then when kids came into our lives, I just realized, wow, we are trading time for money. Plus, I felt like I was running a marathon, and life keeps getting expensive. Everything is going up. They're not going down. And we saw last year what happened.
Mhm.
And so this is the best time. That's why this is the best time to be pretty much to go digital. I mean, we're so fortunate that we are in a world where we have this option to go look for extra income while doing a full-time job.
Yeah.
So that statement is quite powerful, trading time for money.
Yes, and I do realize that money is not everything, but when you come and realize that money, I know it is not everything, but if it can provide you things that can give you happiness, that can lift that burden off your shoulder, that you can do and live the life freely, and that's where you can find happiness. For now we're trying to work so hard just for money, so we can pay those bills, and so we can have that, lift that financial burden, so we don't have to worry about how we're going to pay that bills tomorrow, or are we going to be able to afford to pay our mortgage at the end of the month, that sort of things. And it put more stress on you. Like, even if you're with your family, there's so much tension and so much stress that you can't freely express yourself. And I find that that was frustrating. You were working, you were tired, and when you don't have enough, and your relationship, there is you don't want that, but it happens because you have so much stress that you're trying to budget, or trying to find that, I don't know, that light somewhere, so you can just live your life freely. And when it doesn't happen, even when you work so hard, and the time, like you said, I've sacrificed so much of time, I don't even realize. My daughter was fitting on my shoes one day, and it just shocked me, and I was like, oh my God, when did you grow up like this quick? Because most of the time 7 days, 5 days a week, in 7 days we're at work, and 8 to 10 hours the day, and whatever time we have left at home with them, it is not a quality time, because you're still rushing to do things at home, and you're still trying to get other stuff done, and just not much of attention to your kids, which they need. So that's unfortunately. So most of us are living like that.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way, and internet is so young, and it has provided us with so much of possibilities. So yeah.
So when you made up your mind that you want to look for some extra income and extra source of income, why online and why only this community? There are a lot of other communities, and nowadays you go on Facebook or Instagram or any social media platform, you find coaches and mentors running around everywhere. So why this community and why only online? You might have chosen to do some extra work, like 9 to 5 extra part-time job, but why online and why this community?
I realized that on searching, I was searching work from home, because I didn't want it to. I struggled when I had my daughter. I struggled to find a daycare for her. That was my biggest struggle as a mom, right? So I worked shift work, and my roster was planned by someone else. And when I went to my manager at that time and asked her if she can give me a permanent days, she bluntly refused it. And because of that, not having a set hours, I had to pay a huge amount of daycare bill for my kid. So that is when I started looking like, okay, I need something that I can stay home with my kids. And that's when I started searching from work from home opportunity for mums. And I did try so many things, like, there was one lady who offered me work from home for mums, but she said I had to make X amount of like nearly 50 calls a day. That is about half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour to 45 minutes call to make the amount of money that I was looking for to replace my salary so I can stay home with my daughter. But that was basically impossible having an infant with me. So that didn't work. So, and I thought online is the best thing to do. And I started hearing of people working online and making money and using social media. And we were already using Facebook. We were already using, watching YouTube at that time. So most of my maternity leave went just watching YouTube videos, just being with my kid and, feeding them and watching the videos. That's what I did. But at the end of the day, I achieved nothing. It was just the time wasted. And so when I realized that people are actually monetizing, using those platforms while staying home and having that freedom and flexibility, and then why can't I? So that was something that struck me, and I said, okay, this is something that can work for me, because finding another job was already a no option for me, because I was already losing so much time from my work, and adding some other, more time on that one was like basically no time at all for my kids and my family. So I never looked for another job for that reason. So I needed something that is more flexible, so I can do from home, stay home and watch over my kids and, be with my family and spend more time with them. That was the only reason. And this community, to be honest, when I first joined this business, it said no cold calls. Because I don't like calling people. I was an introvert to start with, so shy. And if my phone rings and if I see the number that I don't recognize, I would just ignore it completely. I won't, unless I know who's calling me. So, no cold calls. And the other thing was no selling, because if I was supposed to sell something, then I will come back home empty-handed. So that is how confident I was that I'm not made for selling, So that was the main thing that actually attracted me towards this business. And coming into this, and the welcome that I felt, the the feeling of belonging, when I came here, when everyone welcomed me, and I had a mentor, especially someone who was there to guide me, gave me that peace of mind, saying, okay, I'm not alone. I'm just not dropped in somewhere saying, okay, this is what you do, and you're by yourself. That was the main reason, because I found who I didn't knew, like my mentor, I didn't know who she was. I didn't know my coach, but still they came and they were asking me, and they feel, they sounded so familiar. They made me feel really like they know me, forever, and made me really comfortable to move on with the journey, even though it wasn't really new for me. So the community of thousands of people, it was quite overwhelming when I came in, but knowing that I am in this such a big community, that people are in there, made me feel like, okay, this is the right place to be, I'm not scammed. So this is okay. It is just not me. So there are thousands of people in here already getting results. And I see the results of people, achieving the dream that I am, the goal that I wanted for myself. So when I saw that, that's when I knew that this is the right place to be.
That's great. That's amazing, And
I think, sorry, Jackie, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
The community is really important, isn't it? That belonging. I didn't know anyone when I came into this business. I had no idea. But what I saw, the real stories, real people running this business, and how it has changed their life, it felt so good. It felt right. I was looking for 2 years for a work from home opportunity prior to this, and I did come across lots of other opportunities, and nothing felt right. And this is the only business that actually felt right for me, and that's when I jumped right in.
That's right. That's right. It
Yeah.
felt like, your gut feeling says that this is the right thing to do, yeah. Yeah, I feel that too. I don't think I even thought about it, as soon as I saw the webinar, I feel like this is it.
That's good. No, that's good. That's the reason why we got close to 90,000 people,
I know.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
People are coming in, that gut feeling they're having, the community, the support, the system. And that's the reason why I ask you that question, that why this community, because there are thousands and thousands of options available right now. Last question for you, Adele, and what is the one advice you would like to give to the people, those who are watching you right now? What is that one advice? Because it's been years you are doing this online business, you are making money. We know, because we are into the community, we know how well you are doing. You have achieved a lot of milestones yourself. So I want you to give one advice to the people, those who are watching you today.
Awesome. Well, what advice can I give them? When you are willing, and opportunity do come by. Sometimes we just walk, it just goes past you, and then you don't realize in how big it is or how much it can change your life, right? So when you're willing and when you get those opportunity, take it, and be be willing to change, because it is hard to change, but you need to be willing to change. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you will be getting the same result. The result will not be different. I've learned it the hard way. I worked hard for 15 years in nursing career, and hoping for that better life, but in those 15 years, when I look back, I achieved nothing. And in a short amount of time, being in this community, being in this business here in 1.5 years, I have achieved so much more than I've ever imagined, because I decided and I chose to give myself a chance to change again. So all I want to tell everyone out there is, without taking a chance, or without, having that willingness to change in your life, nothing's going to change for you. So it all comes from yourself. Like, no one can change you. No one can make you successful unless you are willing, or unless you do. So, go out there. Everyone is capable of doing. Everyone is capable of achieving, as long as you give yourself that chance of doing it, right? So, and you definitely will need someone who's already done it before, and if you get a good teacher, if you're coachable, if you can learn, and if you're willing to learn in order to make that change in your life, then nothing is impossible. Because the thing that I have achieved in this community, I thought that I would never achieve, but being here now and looking back, I have actually proved myself wrong. So, talking about and speaking from my experience, anyone is able to achieve their goals, their dreams, as long as they're willing, and as long as they give themselves that chance of changing themselves and getting that right mentor and right system, or right business for them, or right opportunity for them to help them change. So go and be free and be willing, and take actions. And sometimes you have to take a risk to know whether that's going to work or not, because if you assume that it's not going to happen, then definitely it will not happen. So you should be ready to fall and get up and rise again and keep moving forward in order to achieve that success in your life.
Absolutely right. And that's the reason why we called it Life Gets Better by Change, not by chance.
That's right.
And
That's right.
change is
The
necessary.
topic. Love it. Yes.
You need
I mean,
to.
everything in life is risky, but if you don't try, you will never know,
That's
right?
right.
You
Life
don't
is
want to.
every moment, Tara,
Exactly.
I know.
As soon as I get up from this chair and start walking, I might can fall and break my knee or do.
Yeah,
So life is
exactly.
risky every moment.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. And then,
But thanks for
if
coming in.
you're scared that you might hit by a car and don't get out of the house, then You won't get
That's
anywhere. So
Exactly, you
you
won't
need to
live
figure out the
life.
house. That's right. That is life.
yeah, no. But thanks for having coming in, and sharing this all journey and all the the reasons why you started this and what you have achieved so far. But more good luck and more wishes to you. And I know that you will going to achieve a lot of success. Tara, over to you now.
Yes, I just wanted to congratulate you on becoming a coach in our community in a short time you've been in the community, and unlocking the another income stream. So congratulations, Dal, and thank you so much for coming in today, our first episode of this series, and thank you so much.
No problem.
Good
Thank you
luck.
so much to both of you for having me. And yes, that's what I said. I never thought that I have only seen people achieving this milestone and becoming a coach. And I never thought that I was, capable of, but if I can do it, then anyone,
Can do
believe
it.
me, anyone can do it. So yeah, don't underestimate yourself, because every one of us had something within us. You just need that one reason, and you will be unstoppable.
Correct. Absolutely right. Once again, thank you, Dal. You have a lovely day. Thank
No
you.
worries. Thank you so much to both of you. Take care.